Beings of the universe, auto aim off here. At this point in the video, you will see my settings displayed on the screen, proof that I am playing with the auto aim turned off. I am so skilled at this title that many people debate that I am actually playing with the auto aim off. Here's the proof displayed on the screen that I am indeed playing with the auto aim turned off. I will now begin this video talking about why I think Outriders is a great title for anyone looking for a solid third-person shooter, anyone looking for a solid RPG, or anyone looking for a solid dungeon crawler or just video game in general in 2023. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel Auto Aim Off. I will now begin. I think the gameplay in Outriders is excellent. It's third-person gameplay, third-person shooter gameplay, mixed with roguelike and very much ability-based elements, a lot like the Japanese RPGs, where it's just fast-paced, arena-based, skill-based gameplay. It's not about the story, it's about knowing how to use your abilities, it's about knowing the quirks of different enemies, where to dodge, where to be in the arena during different phases of combat. I think that Outriders is the same way. It's a lot like the Dynasty Warrior Gundam series. I see it as a very Gundam-like game, and I really enjoy it for that reason. It has repetitive gameplay, but that's what it's about. It's about going into the arena and learning the quirks of each little area, learning the quirks of each little enemy. It's a lot like Dark Souls in that type of way as well. You know, many people would say it's repetitive. I say it's strategic. It requires cognitive focus and diligence. I very much enjoy the title. Moving on to the different menu systems, I think it's very simple in Outriders. They lay everything out excellently. How to upgrade your gear, how to recycle gear that doesn't meet your specifications, you know, that's not high enough requirements, how to just recycle that for more resources, to buy armor and to buy weapons that do have sufficient requirements for you. I really enjoyed the title, and I think it's great for anyone looking for a solid third-person shooter that is movement based. It is not a cover shooter. It is marketed a little bit as a cover shooter, but it is not at all a cover shooter. You must use speed and momentum against your enemies, and also you will get flanked. They will come up from behind you. The AI is excellent in Outriders, whether you're playing on the lowest tier or whether you're playing on the highest tier. It is scaled very well. The enemies almost feel like you're playing against humans at certain points. They are very, very well-made AI. I'd like to give a round of applause to People Can Fly, the developer behind this game, on their AI. It is incredible in this game. Also, shout out People Can Fly for Bulletstorm. Incredible, incredible title. I'd love to see a Bulletstorm 2. Getting back to Outriders. I think it's a great title for anyone looking for an ability-based, movement-based, third-person shooter in 2023. Anyone interested in Outriders should definitely try it out. It's free on Game Pass. It's free on PlayStation Plus. So there's nothing to lose there. You also have it great sales on Steam at multiple points during the year, as well as sales on the Outriders DLC at many points during the year. It's a great time to start it, whether you get it for free or whether you get it on a discount. It is worth the time or the money to get this game. It is absolutely one of the best third-person shooters and one of the best roguelikes, one of the best games of the last 10 years, in my opinion. It keeps that formula of fast-paced shooter mixed with roguelike / RPG ability-based combat. A lot like, say, Elder Scrolls, or a lot like, say, the Lord of the Rings RPGs, or other ability-based RPGs, you know? It really is a great fusion of different styles. You will be using your firepower, and then you will be using your abilities, but in Outriders, the abilities do a lot more of the damage. The abilities do a lot more of the healing. They are a lot more vital than the firepower, just like many other Japanese RPGs. I see it as a very Japanese title. It is very reminiscent of the Gundam series, in my opinion. Arena-based gameplay that is light on story and heavy on gameplay, almost in a Dark Souls type way. You know, you have to know the quirks of each different enemy. You have to know the little areas where you have to dodge in each arena. You have to know how each enemy reacts to defense, how each enemy reacts to offense. It is about strategy, and it is about cognitive focus. It is not a light game at all. This is a heavy, grindy game that you must play. It is not a just, you know, pick up and play. It is a game that you get into, and I am fully into Outriders. It is a great game, though. I kind of contradicted myself there. It is a great game to just pick up and play, but you have to really like it, you know? It is very repetitive and very grindy. Unless you like Horde mode type games, the Horde mode like in Gears of War, where you just, you know, you pick whatever, you pick wave 10, wave 20, wave 30, and it's just wave after wave of enemies on the same map a lot of the time, you know? I enjoy gameplay like that. Grindy gameplay where you're just fighting the hordes of enemies, you know? I think it is excellent and incredible and stellar what they did with this title. I really like the different enemy designs. I like how you'll be fighting alien species in one section, you'll be fighting different factions of human antagonists in another section. I think they did a really great job on the enemy variation, on the enemy design in this. Some of the character design is just absolutely incredible. The different enemies they designed and the different, like, I won't ruin it for you, but it's just absolutely amazing, the character design that they have in Outriders. I think it's a great title, and I think it was overshadowed a lot by its release. It did have some bugs upon release, but I really don't mind bugs in a game. I realized there were some game-breaking bugs, and I respect that. That shouldn't happen. But these modern games, developers need time, and they need data to polish the game. It is not like the games of the past. Times change, and I am okay with that. I respect if others are not okay with that. If you do not agree with my opinions, please let me know in the comments down below, and please be kind. I really would like to say that Outriders is a great title for anyone looking for a fast-paced, ability-based, movement-based shooter. It is not a cover shooter. You must use speed and momentum against your adversary. You will get flanked easily if you stay in one location for more than a few seconds. It is marketed a little bit as a cover shooter, but it's not a cover shooter. I'd recommend Outriders to anyone looking for a solid title in 2023. Again, I said it's free on Game Pass, it's free on PlayStation Plus, you have nothing to lose. It's also got some great sales on Steam once in a while, and also the Worldslayers DLC on all platforms has great sales once in a while. That is not included with Game Pass, and that is not included with PlayStation Plus. That is a paid DLC that there is a lot of controversy around. I realize that there are large aspects of the game that were held off on until the DLC released, but developers need to sustain themselves. And sometimes they have contractual, requirements, contractual agreements, like corporate type stuff, this contractual agreement or this and that. Maybe the developer didn't even want to release it in a DLC. Maybe Worldslayer was supposed to be part of Outriders originally, but because of some higher up from the developer, they had to release it that certain way. I feel that people are too judgmental of the developer for the Worldslayer DLC. I think it was a great DLC, and I think that they did a great job with releasing it, packaging it that way. I respect that DLC is a controversial topic in this day and age, but I personally have no problem whatsoever with it. Going back to what I was saying, basically, the DLC is not free on Xbox, not free on PlayStation, and not free on PC, obviously, because the game itself is paid on PC as well. I think that the DLC is a great way to support the developer. I really think that if the game has been free from day one, and there's a vital, cool thing, a really cool feature, I think it's fine for it to be paid in 2023. We are in a different era of video games, where video games are hundreds of gigabytes, and I realize many people would say it's the same thing still, it's just a video game. It is so much more than a game. It is a program with an inordinate amount of minutia in it that needs so much meticulous detail, and the developer needs data and they need time to learn. I'd really recommend Outriders to anyone looking for a solid third-person shooter, anyone looking for a solid roguelike, or anyone looking for a solid arena-based type game like the Gundam series. You go into this arena, you clear enemies. You go into that arena, you clear enemies. It's very repetitive, very grindy, and I mean that in a good way. It's basically Horde mode from Gears of War, but just turned up to 11, It's absolutely incredible. The depth to the different raids they have as well is excellent. The different environments and the different factions, and you'll have really cool different bosses at the end of each level. You know, obviously the mini bosses as you progress through each arena, the mini bosses stay the same pretty much raid to raid, but at the end of each raid you'll get a really cool, really well designed in terms of the art design, and just it looks cool, it's fun to fight, a really cool looking boss to fight at the end of each raid. And it's usually different. There's usually different bosses at the end of each raid. Sometimes it's the same boss, but usually it's a different boss. In conclusion, I'd like to say Outriders is an excellent title for anyone looking for a great third-person shooter, anyone looking for a good RPG ability type game, or anyone looking for a good roguelike in 2023. It's free on Xbox, it's free on PlayStation Plus, and there's amazing sales on PC on a regular basis. I'd also recommend picking up the Worldslayer DLC, even though that might be a controversial statement. I'd like to thank you all for watching the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe if you'd like to see more of this content, more Outriders videos with commentary. All beings of the universe, thank you for existing. If you are currently existing, please continue existing. Please remember that all things are possible through dedication, through focus, and through diligence. Thank you, all beings. Have a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful morning. Whatever period in time it is in your life, have a wonderful time. Thank you, all beings of the universe.